Greetings, everyone! My name is Etterville, and happy 9th anniversary to Mega Man Maker! Gosh, it only feels like 3 or 4 years ago when I started playing the game on the same day of release. Back when my audio quality wasn't as good and there was a lot of background noise, yet I still persisted. Even if I was rather complaining about what the game didn't have back then from 1.0, and I really should have been more appreciative. And yet, 5,000 or 6,000 levels later, I'm still playing this game. Through all the ups and downs, from all the positive and negatives, from the boring parts to the exciting parts and everything else in between, I still quite enjoy this game. It's much more of a win than a loss, and over time it's going to be getting better and better. Most of my issues, for example the engine, have been alleviated over time. Most of which is like the drop button controller issues have been eliminated 99% of the time, 99.9%. Not to mention the omnipresent loading times have been fixed for almost every level, for pretty much every level barring the humongous ones, which I wish was done earlier, but again, really appreciate. So welcome to stream Oscar, Jedog, Sylveon, Sunflora, Raccoon, Popcorn, Doenzo, Salty, who's not first, Salmon Mega, Son Haxorus, Tedley, and anyone else I missed. Thank you for joining, everybody. So, to celebrate this momentous occasion, yesterday they released a summer bonus update, which not only has new content from a few of the classic Mega Man games, but also at least a few bits of content from Cave Story from all things. I shouldn't be surprised, as we already had crossover content from Smash Brothers Brawl and Team Fortress 2, so I'm not surprised. But more important than that, or more notable than that, this is the first time we've actually had crossover content from another Mega Man Classic fan game. Originally that was deconfirmed for many years, but for this one I decided, oh what the hey, let's add that. So, alongside the new content for Mega Man W and Cave Story, we're getting a few new Mega Man X songs, but no new tiles, backgrounds, or decorations. Those will be added later. So, before I begin checking out the new example levels, if they exist, it's time to check out the 24 asterisk new things they added, according to Mega Marino. So, starting from Mega Man 8, they added the water balloon. Fires water spears in a low arc. Spam it as you want. I underrated this weapon in 8. It's not the best one, but it's not bad. See, as for crossover wet things, machine gun. Fires large bullets, can be used as propulsion when aiming up or down. Silhouette kunai. Throws a ninja dagger at an enemy, hitting a wall, teleports you next to it. Wrecking beam, or as I'll call it most of the time, wave beam. Become a beam of electricity and beam around the room. Beam Kachu! Buckler barrage. Protect yourself against projectiles behind a multi-angle shield. And it still doesn't probably explain everything it does. Like how, assuming it works the same way as it did in W, if the shield deflects the shot and gets destroyed, it temporarily grants you iframes. There are no new example levels? Let's see. I'll get to that. So yeah, machine guns from Cave Story, these 3 are from W. Again, I'm really so shocked that we are getting stuff from another fan game of all things. And I'm happy they picked some of the more unique weapons, like Wrecking Beam is my favorite weapon of that game. Great mobility option. Select Kunai is better for speedrunner players, but in Maker I can always see some crazy setups for it, especially if you chain the two together. And Buckler Barrage, well, damage boosting I can think of. It is basically a different take on the Mirror Buster. Not better, not worse. As for the music tracks, I should play something. That's better. So, okay, we have several tracks from Mega Man W. You were hitting Detonate Man during the intro. And for Mega Man X, we have, let's see... Toxic Seahorse, Tunnel Rhino, and Doppler Stage 1. On 4 is Storm Owl, Magma Dragoon, Dark Dizzy, Jacob Elevator, Optic Sunflower Forwarding, Dark Mantis Stealth. From Z side we have Ice Brain. And from K Store we have Balrog, Meltdown, Running Hell, and Moonsong. Oh Balrog. Ooh. This gives me memories. Even got one of my favorite tracks in that game. Bravo Des, bravo. Okay, as for new classic enemies, we got Cannon Joe, a Joe whose feet got tired so he sat in a cannon. Koro Koro, a weak Koro Koro, probably not perfect for escort needs, brought by the Cocos. And everything else from Mega Man W here. The Golden Koro Koros, which are nearly invincible. When I played W, they felt invincible, but I guess there was something new. It is a bit unfortunate we didn't get as many classic Mega Man elements, but that's well made up for the fact that we are getting fangame crossover content from something that we didn't expect, so well made up for it. Okay, Konko, the fox. Ninja Metal, the ninja variant. Bone Jones and Bonerang Jones. I just call them Pirate or Corsair and Boomerangers. Created for amusement parks. Ah, so that's what Maelstrom Woman was. Ancient Rotor. I see how they're slightly different than the original ones. Ramarunt. Oh my gosh, this enemy was criminally underutilized in W, especially at how the static wall can block lasers. That'll very likely get rectified by the developers of this game. They really should have had more time in Limelight and Beam-Man's level. Cone Coward. Oh, this enemy's funny. Explosive Telly. A telly which explodes upon getting shot. Or blows up anyway. Daketaru. Alright, they're the tar bucket walkers. C Modus. Poor our side, but good for localized duels. Yeah, these are very bulky, and in that game, without special weapons, they were troublesome to deal with, so I just tried avoiding them most of the time. That being said, with some of the piercing weapons and explosive weapons in this game, that being said, considering Maker has a lot more and better piercing weapons, piercing/explosive weapons, they should be less of an issue. Another crossover event. I don't know if we'll get unlimited, but maybe rock and roll. The one thing I wish that was in this crossover update, which again, I'm not complaining, it's just like a wish list, like looking in the clouds. It would be one of the bosses from Mega Man W. But alas. Alright, for gimmicks. Oh wait, we also got new summer skins for enemies. Like the Bjorn spot. Oh yeah, the Bjorns. I think the Bjorns are from 7. I forget. Where are the Bjorns from? Let me see. Oh wait, that's 11. I think. There we go. Ah, beach ball skin, of course. Fitting for the summer update. So yeah, quick rundown for summer skins. We got Bjorn, Bjorn Spawner, Vui, Crazy Razy, Berserker, Brain Break, and Power Muscler. I do at least want to show the Vui once I can figure out where... Yeah! And while we're at it, the Power Muscler. Okay, that's good. To the gimmicks, from 10 we got the sheep treadmill and the sheep platform, which is charged by running on the treadmills. I've played the Bee Cave Story, the OG one. It's a pretty fun game. Hi, Minubi. Drummer Man's theme is being redone, so it wouldn't been added. I getcha. Would have also liked the boss team, but eh. Okay, for the W gimmicks, we got the collapsing pillar from the intro stage, the teleporter from Ninja Man's level, the beam gear from Beam Man, chained mine. Interesting. Piano key. I'm not sure how. Interesting. Let's hear some other music. I'm not sure how this will be useful other than for aesthetic and musical purposes. Maybe this can be tied to a door or something. Tar. It's like the oil but stronger, basically. Because if you stand in it, you cannot move whatsoever. Because you cannot walk through it. If you fall in it, you have to jump out. Extendable spring. This will shoot out launching boxes in the player after being shot. Perfect for turning the player to Mega Panini, the press pillar, aka the crusher. Kinda like the one from Mega Man 10. Press stopper. The transporting bubble, vertical and horizontal. Let's hope they're less glitchy than W's variant. And last but not least, we got one new boss fight. Airman. Yeah, to cool us off in the hot summer heat. Could have paired with aircon. I thought Cannon Joe was in Mega Man 5. I thought he was also from 5, but it's in 6. For Cave Story, Studio Pixel's good. They're not really a problem. Golden Korokor's only weakness is being crushed, lava, and pit. I would like to see crossovers with at least Rock Force and Rock and Roll, but I understand why they may not happen. With Mega Man W, it was a bit of a special case because of how close a relationship the development team at W had with the development team at Maker. B-Man stage was redone to use them a lot more. That's nice. I think that's one of the main reasons that Enzo JD is part of the Maker team. Haven't made a level, Enzo? Not really. Gemini Man was deconfirmed due to causing crashes, but I feel like they already fixed it. I understand. The engine of that era is different from the one. Well, the development cycle and cadence and code base at that era is different from this current one. I think they could add Gemini Man without it crashing, although they would have to give specific warnings to the player developers for the fight to work properly. Why would Tremor, Cinder, and Gladiator be impossible? Cinder Lady could be added to the engine, no problem. Tremor, I don't really see the issue either. Same with Gladiator, I don't get it. You may not be able to have the tomatoes from the background, but I don't think they're that specific. I like having the press gimmick. Oh, we have to get into contact. I did, Lepadio. So that's all of the, at least, known content added as part of the bonus summer update. Allegedly, there isn't actually an example level, and I'm afraid I wouldn't have the time to just build my own. Let's see. Wait, we got some things? No, wait, that's from the previous one, isn't it? Let me take a look-see, just to make sure I didn't accidentally... Oh no, I covered that before. I would have covered an example level here, but afraid that's not here, so I'm gonna switch over to what I usually do, which is viewer submitted levels. In which case, here are the rules. Gosh, it's gonna be another. It's gonna be a nice month, especially with all the new gimmicks and how they can and the interplay between them and the base assets, especially the mobility options and the more dynamic ones. Gladiator is one of the more fun encounters too. But yeah, the other fun thing about this update is that this opens up the door to many other future crossover games or crossover content. I think the next logical crossover is maybe Mega Man Arena, as W had a crossover with that. Maybe. Like before crossover I want to emphasize, but in the past, crossover content from other fan games was explicitly deconfirmed, but now this opens up the whole door to many other things. Anyways, interesting. Nuclear stops levels here. I'll note it down for later because I do want to comment on the beta. And yes, I will cover some of these newest levels because this update's fresh and the user base isn't as big. But anyways, to viewer levels. Feel free to discuss things other than this momentous update. Or heck, feel free to discuss your history with Maker in general. At this point, I'm one of the old hats. The only people who have played this game longer than me are the developers and those who got and other creators who got earlier access. Yeah, official. Congrats, Manubi. I actually felt a bit envious when I saw certain other creators like DGR get access to Maker 1.0 before most of us. Alright, first on the lineup is Music Notes Battle by Oscarm. 69 plays and a score 21. Okay, so it's fresh. Ooh, machine gun. Heavy machine gun. Come back here. Alright, that's a lot of them. I guess as the final part of a tutorial battle, as a final part of a tutorial mission, teaching you how to use the machine gun, this is passable. That's what I talked about earlier, Jedok. I said that maybe they won't include the tomato. They can still keep all the other attacks though. Or they can make the tomato throw a gimmick in its own right. Oh yeah, to Oscar, before you send your next artwork pieces in regards to your Mushroom Kingdom Infection AU, please proofread the dialogue and text. Put a cherry on top, please. To use someone else as a comparison, for example, to use someone else as a comparison, when I played Teddy 11's older level packs, the story included dialogue and narrative had a lot of issues in regards to the grammar, spell checking, and general sentence flow. But with the latest level packs, they've mostly fixed it. I believe you can do the same too, Oscar. You just need to put a little bit more effort. Okay, second up is Lightmaker Trials Fangame Rehashed by Jouk74. 31 plays and a score of 15. Here's to another year of Mega Man Maker. Like, despite all the times I criticized the game for better or worse, fair or unfair, I still think this game is more of a W than an L. And I recommend anyone who is even just a little bit of Mega Man fan to check out this game. Oh, I have the machine gun, it's fine. Does it regenerate if I don't have it equipped? Let's see. I don't think so. Maybe it does, but at a slower rate. Okay, it's not fire-based. I'll treat this as basically the makeshift example level. At least for the special weapon usage. Alright, I didn't really use it in MMW, but you can also chain it. Right, half damage. Like the Base Buster. Cactus Mat. Right, this doesn't work against everything. Makes sense. Hey Buster, it only regens when you have it up. Okay, fair enough. I could see that making the machine gun too powerful if it did recharge when you didn't have it equipped. Oh, that's interesting. Did they add the Minecraft Snow Water? Not yet. I would like them to add the ice boosting though. Ice boosting slide, that is. Yeah, that's the only unfortunate thing. Now we gotta wait for a year and a half for the next update. Major update, that is. I do appreciate the new content added here. No complaints about that. In fact, the major new milestone of this update is the fact that we're actually having crossover content. That's what makes this update special. I just wish the update schedule was a little bit more consistent, but I've already talked about it enough over the years. Like, I'll definitely enjoy this. Like, I'll certainly enjoy this update for the next month or two, but after that, it's, unless it gets some really creative levels, it's gonna be back to the usual fare, I suppose. We did get the water balloon. It doesn't counter C modus. Wait, it doesn't block the mace anymore? Wait. Does this still grant me iframes now? Yes. Okay. Hello, Mega Man. Hello. Hello, Shade Man Outdoors. Man, that reminds me of a dream I had where I was playing a fan game called Man, what Jedhawk is talking about reminds me of a dream I had where I was playing a fan game called Mega Man vs. Dr. Atterville, where Mega Man had to battle Roadmasters from most of the classic Mega Man fan games I played on the channel. So Unlimited, Rock Force, Rock and Roll, Revenge of the Fallen, Revenge of the Fallen, Super Fighting Robot, Rock and Roll, Dr. Wise's Final Attack, 42, and another one I can't put my finger on. Yeah, Wacky Dreams. Yeah, that was an interesting dream with how each Roadmaster was from a different fan game, and they maintained the original fan game's design principles, so it became interesting when you went from, for example, Rock Forces to 42s. I don't want your candy. Wait a sec. Am I just boned? Well, I guess so. I could have done it if I actually had just a few more bits. I didn't even get into my lucid dreams. The last time I talked about it here is when I had that Mega Man Battle Network Next Generation crossover fic dream. That was interesting. I'm still tempted to write that fan work. Excuse me. I'm still tempted to write that fan work sometime in the future. Like taking the whole idea of dimensional areas a step further. Dimensional areas from the anime, specifically. Where's my... okay. I wish I could turn off down plus jump equals slide. The last time I had a directly Maker-related dream was years ago. Otherwise, my dreams are kind of unoriginal to BH. Unless I'm really connected to the material. I would not organize the weapons this way to BH. This has been a Silhouette Kunai moment! Oops. I want that. Dreams can sometimes shockingly make more sense in real life sometimes. That's what makes them scary. And that also applies to nightmares. Take that. Take that. Good thing I start out with the kunai. I think... I think this section's still doable without the kunai, but it's a little bit trickier. When I say a little bit, I mean notably. When did I lose that? Well, better charge it up again. Box. That is not the proper weapon to deal with that, I'll say. Alright, charged up. Ah, the sunset. Wait a moment. Nope. Now I'm sad. Right, teleport to it now. Can we turn that L into a W? I wouldn't exactly put Ninja Man in without either having a special weapon, because you can get rather unlucky with how long he spends on the ceiling. That's why I prefer something like Gladiator Man or Tremor or Maelstrom or Beam. Your dreams are like, I have to drive for 5 minutes to this mall 500 kilometers away, leave the car, turn back, the car's gone, walk inside, ride an elevator 100 floors up, and then you get out of the surface level. Wow. Subterranean dreams. Team BH is more variety in term from human dreams. Now, if only you could record them. Maybe it's for the best you can't record them, actually. Okay, that makes sense. Oh no, I forgot. One more, I could have done it this cycle if I didn't accidentally hit that. GG. You know, that's a good question, Manubi. He probably... That's a good question, Manubi. I'm trying to thumb through it. I'm guessing for the teleport attack where he places the shock balls, he'll either be able to teleport out of the box or he'll still be stuck there. But for the attack where he tries to grab Mega Man and slam him into the ground, he'll probably escape from the box and go to wherever the player is. That's the way I would think. But yeah, maybe I'll think about if I can formulate. I think there were 8 or 10 fan games featured in my dream about that fan game. Shame that we'll never have a collab like that unless someone decides to do it without permission. I mean, this was also a rompy stage, but it did somewhat showcase the new special weapons and some of the new gimmicks. Number 3 up is Asteroid R Stage 1 Hypertube Network by Sunflower Zoomrail. 14 plays and the score is 6. Sadly, I'm not a popular enough creator or influencer or streamer for someone to make a fan game starring me, or even featuring me as a cameo. The only time you had me as a cameo was indirectly through Magmo 2 and 3. Into the fortress we travel. And that was through Napalm Man. Like the closest thing someone's done directly for me outside of Maker's level packs or more dedicated levels is the 2 times someone just tried drawing me a fan character for me. The first time was by... Gosh, I need to check what their name is. Hang on, I should check their name now because I do want to celebrate them. Okay, as I was saying, the closest time anyone's done something like directly feature me in something other than levels itself would be like 2 pieces of fan art. The first one was... Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. If you aren't here, you should be on Blue Sky. So I know you did favorite some of my stuff. Or repost it. Oh yeah, Johan Ulrich. They made a furry OC design based off of the color scheme of my avatar, which was really appreciated. The other person would actually be Buster, who did a similar thing, but instead of a furry OC, they drew a robot OC, which again, very much appreciated. Thank you, Andrew. I'll probably take a look at that. I guess as part of the joke that sort of works. Oh. Oh no, pff, I wasn't paying enough attention. Thank you, LD Spade. Your level's been added to queue. What was that? Okay, because Roll eventually spawns here, she basically got her weapons restored even before she teleported in. Even before the screen turned back on. Where are you? There. Yeah, she went back to the lab and got it fixed. That is scary. Okay, this time... That worked. Come on, try shooting me. No! I'm dead. Aha, I saved myself. Thank you, Astro Crush. Just give me to the checkpoint, I'll be happy. Thank you. This looks like a job for a bird. It does look cool, no pun intended. Yeah, your best levels are probably in DOS Remake or Episode 0. Why is W getting all the crossovers? Because JDE, aka Jump Dash Evade, is part of the Maker team, And their development team has somewhat of a close relationship with the Maker development team, so it's only natural. I always find it funny how Beat starts flapping fast. I always find it funny how if a Beat starts moving faster upon taking damage. Also, I was supposed to use Tango Marine there. Whoopsies. Oh, spikes do not combo. And it worked, Buster. If anything, I should use the same idea. Oops, I got it backwards. W has had 2 crossovers, one with Maker and the other with Arena. Yeah, remind me to do the same quote-unquote salad behavior when I eventually decide to do my own games. Or decide to promote. Okay, this is the actual way you're supposed to do this. What is up there? Yep. That's what I was missing all this time. I'm gonna die now. Or not. No, seriously, why do I keep taking damage from up there? Thanks! Are you gonna try shooting? Thanks. Oh, it's kind of heavy traffic down there. Ouch. Why not? I'm doing poorly with this stage. Way more poorly than I should. Yeah, even if it's 2, that's more than most fan games. Like the only other fan game which I can think of that crosses over many other fan games would probably be the Magmo series, but that is a special case. Like that is deliberately done to celebrate the Mega Man fan game community, directly or indirectly. Can't wait for Mega Man L to feature Bombastic Yacht Man, Superman, My Man, Zero, Samurai Man, and Bob. Not Doodle Bob. Not the one with the sponge. Just Bob. Yeah. Samurai Man and Superman are the only normal names there. I do remember from OP I'm kinda sad we didn't have an OP tree for Mega Man vs. YouTube 2. Oh, the funny thing is, OP got better over time, I'd say. It's a shame that OP Tree, I think, YouTube 2 and something else were cancelled due to poor feedback. Like, don't get me wrong, the whole series was rather mediocre, but it was mediocre in a very funny way. Or entertainingly mediocre, is what I'll say. If you want a funny... Oh, sorry. If you want something that's mediocre but entertaining in a funny way, that'd be Proto Man's Adventure, which I still need to edit the LP for, by the way. Or Super Mega Man Tree's ending, which I don't know why I struggle so much against it. Oop. Oh, thank you, Beat. Thank you, Beat. Let me put it this way. Super Mega Man Tree, OP versus YouTube. Let me repeat that. So let me put it this way. OP versus YouTube, Proto Man's Adventure, or heck, even Square Root of -1. They may be mediocre, but they're mediocre in entertaining ways, and / are creative. The problem with A New Menace is that a new Menace, and this also extends to World Plus, is that they were boring. Not only they were not really creative, they didn't really have any. Not only were they not doing anything new, they didn't do them competently. When I say new, I mean novel. I should clarify that. Oh no, no, no. Trying to get that. Easy come, easy go, I guess. Huh? Seriously, what's in these walls that keep injuring me? Are there caltrops in there? Thank you, damage boosting. But be here. Maybe I should have played as one of the brothers. Well, that didn't really come in handy. Maybe I should have been playing as one of the brothers instead. This really feels like it favors having constant projectile fire. Yeah, definitely a step up in difficulty compared to the last fortress. Rockbot's better than a new menace. I think that it's also very decided mid and kind of bleh. But at least it has its own engine, and even if the effort wasn't really as appreciated, it still actually felt a bit more novel. Oh gosh, ow. Excuse me. I have 60 tanks. I should actually be using them. R. Yeah, I agree. I'll take 15 more OPs, YouTubes, whatever the other thing Mario Obsessed is doing, Proto Man's Adventure, or even Rockbots over that. Or Dongs, yeah, which never got completed. Or heck, even Withers. Withers Domination is another game that was weird, and yet. I still think Withers Domination is better than Rockbot. Having an entirely new character with a different moveset and abilities, and the level design does try to be a bit... try to follow the Mega Man principles. Roll destroys Blast Man. Okay, Burner Man. Do your thing. Lol. What even is your weakness? Goodbye. Who's next? Alright, Quartet's dead. Hi Kira, welcome! There's spikes behind them. I do need to also play that game. Was it called Mega Man Alpha? The one where Mega Man had 4 secret brothers? Thank you, Kira. I need to get my game on. I went through that stage rather poorly, more than I should have. It's not like it was really particularly hard for my skill level. Oh yeah, also tomorrow I'll continue my playthrough of Mega Man W by finishing the rest of the challenges and at last getting to Endless Attack. Assuming that challenges don't take an exorbitant amount of time. Like, once I get to the boss fights, I'll abandon my pretense of trying to go for all gold medals. Hey Mr. Chill. Welcome to the celebration. Oh, we're talking about the Rockbot app game? Yes, I think. Rockbot's also funny because it was ported over to mobile, and to avoid the copyright claims, they changed the graphics. Like, the whole development history about the game is, interesting. I will say the best part of a new menace is when I accidentally glitched into the back rooms. Board up is High Voltage Storm by D'Enzo. It plays in a score tree. Also, welcome to the stream, FLA. Ice Brain. Nice. No. I'm not gonna make a joke about that. Ah, sure. That's a decent start, Tedley. I was gonna make a comparison to say, I regularly read fan works with 3,000 word chapters. Demonstration of how strong the static wall is. Can even push me back. Thank you. Let's not accuse people of being GPT right now. That's what I taught, and you don't even talk like a alleged generative AI thing. Your grammar's not good enough, which in this case is exonerates you. And you don't have any M dashes. Why is there nothing as a weapon? Machine gun! I love the wave / wrecking beam. Oh no, I'm dead. I guess I died just before the checkpoint. Oops. Oh, I like this song. Not my favorite track from K-Story, but it's very memorable. Although more so for the area it's attached to. Oh gosh. I will have to do hell when I decide to do my K-Story 100% playthrough. I don't mind your username, but you may want to change it back, FLAI, because more than a few people will confuse your name as something else. Welp. Do I even need to go down here? See? I agree, in the right hands, this is, the wave being... I agree, in the right hands, the machine gun is very powerful. I mean, both are very powerful. It's not like they're mutually exclusive. Manubi already commented on that FLAI, they're working on it. They had to redo part of it. Oh, your level, Andrew? Well, can you resubmit it just to make sure? Oh, yes. Wrong direction. Get killed anyways, because I thought it was safer. Well, good thing the checkpoint's here. I've been really annoyed if it didn't exist. Thank you, Nuclear. One of your levels is actually on the queue, Nuclear. Splendid! I made this harder than it actually is. Can you resubmit your level, Andrew? Your level ID? Just to make sure I didn't, miss it. I'm also thankful for you viewers that, despite the lack of new example levels that showcase the new assets added in this update, all of you picked up the slack. Interesting. I can actually fire the machine gun faster by button mashing, or just use a macro. As a demonstration, regular fire by holding down the button, and here's the macro. Splendid! Ow. Okay. Not how you're supposed to do it, but okay. Oh. Oh, it got fully released 4 days ago? Neat. Andrew, I reiterate, can you please resubmit your level ID? It may have gotten lost in the shuffle. I can try scrolling up your chat to figure out what it was, too. No weakness? No problem. I still got my trusty old Mega Buster. For being a regular stage, I think this is the best so far. I do think there should have been one more checkpoint, but otherwise, fine. It is a decent showcase of the Wrecking Beam and the Machine Gun. Better than Jedok's showcase, or Oscar's for sure. Let's see, Andrew, you submitted the level 5.9.5.1.8.5. That is 7th up on the queue, by the way. That's according to the chat history. Alright. 5th up is I Made a Song, I guess, by La Patio. 92 plays, score 46. Let's take a look-sees. Me. Wait a sec. Before I begin, 2 notes. I've only covered 4 levels, so yeah, most of the stuff I've seen covered has to involve the new special weapons, or sometimes the new enemies, not so much new gimmicks for the most part. Anyways, showcase time. 5th up is I Made a Song, I guess, by La Patio. Gonna be silent for this. Don't know what that song was, but nice. I don't think you can tie that to a door or gate, so for what it is, it's a nice novelty block. 6th up is Wise Fun Enemy Gauntlet of Pain 6, Beta 1 by Nuclear Stomp. 9 plays and expected negative score of 1. Happy Among Us. Even before we teleport in, Mega Man's health gets drained. Lol. Alright, 3rd time's a charm, I guess. Taste of what's to come. Show mercy. No. You're still standing in the way. Hey, Foxy. Wise Gauntlet of Pain, Mega Man W Edition. Oh, at least they're not like the Netskis. Or Netsukes. And I can't break the mine chains. So instead I'll just fall off the platform. Can the explosion radius kill me? Yes it can. Note to self, jump. Note to self, don't get burned to a crisp. Note to self, timer jumps. Note to self, follow note, previous note. I did that before, I don't know what's happening. Okay, so I do need to jump back there. Did I play Deltarune Chapter 5? Is that a yes? Why didn't that work? Do I need a new paper for that note? Well, the way things are going, maybe. Can I slide? Yes, I can. At least there's a checkpoint every screen. They strike pretty quickly. I knew someone would do that at the patio. Bravo. I want that too, Andrew. I love they went for a different musical. I love that they went for different instruments and a different bit depth for Perfect Blue soundtrack. Getting used to the timings for the Ninja Mets. Hello? That's what tripped me up. Because of the teleport delay, they didn't attack immediately. I have to get really close before they strike. That's the other problem. When I played W, I never had to worry about it to this degree. I either just destroyed them immediately or tanked it. Should have tap jumped, I almost made it. Is this the hardest med in med history? The regular kind's probably one of the tougher ones. Oh, come on. If they always try striking me immediately, no matter when whether they would... If they always try and strike me immediately, no delays, they would actually make them a bit easier. The teleport delay is what keeps messing with me. Okay. I can attack now. Running Hell is a perfect team for the stage. Missed. I just want to shoot the shock ball. That's everything I just want to do. Thank you. Thank you. Should have just slid to the left. Take that, Fox. What? I was just 2 pixels off, aren't I? If I could only guide it. Yes. If only they also followed a global timer. The tops, that is. That's one of the only things in Maker. You can't toggle things to work off a global timer. Even though it would really be helpful for some of these sections in cycling. Still, this is what really irks me at the game sometimes. I'm trying to do the slide jump properly so I can make it harder than it looks. Now it decides it really wants to show up. Ah, I wish I had that. Ah, parents and their children. Two parents and their child. I thought it was okay or decent. Could have gone with one more checkpoint. Decent showcase of the wrecking beam and the machine gun. Oh, almost. Just a little bit more ledge. That's that, so I have to out damage race him. Not too bad with double inputs. Japed. Golden Kokoros, not actually, or Korokokos, and the Tama. Tamas are usually kind of a joke, but now they're not really. Not helped by only having 1 HP. I see. I can't cheese this. I have enough time for 4 damage. It's a timing thing too. Oh. Oh no. Actually, because it freezes the game when it does it, it makes the timing a lot easier. If he does a driving move, he'll never stop, probably. I am speed. Okay, there is a bit of a slight delay though. I just need to learn when I should actually do the teleport. Got it. It's actually... No, no, no. Wow, the ceiling is the harder part of this. Larry said that boss fight was one of the easier parts of the level. And props for showcasing some of the more of the new gimmicks. No charge shots. You barely did the spin attack during W. This is the equivalent of spawn capping someone. Pretty much. Wait for them to walk backwards, then initiate the shooting. No! When did you start changing the rain direction? It's the conveyor belt, isn't it? About 5 or 6 HP, was it? Can I just jump over them then? The pointy bit. Won't counter each other. Perfect, so I can do this. And they activate because they slightly saw me on screen. I'm learning more about these enemies than I did back in W, because back then they were less of an issue. Yeah, I don't know what that's for. I feel like I was supposed to have another weapon, but they removed that. At least as the hitbox does match the sprite. I just need to be quicker. I don't know, it feels like that the bone... It feels like the bone... I feel like the Bone Joes are a little bit faster than they were originally. That may be just me. Go, 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 go! Checkpoint! Taking it back! Yeah, not falling for that, Foxy. Davy Jones. The boomerangers aren't so much of an issue, it's the one with the caresses. Thank you for showcasing more of the new gimmicks added in this update. Some of the roughness does show here. I appreciate how every section has a checkpoint, thank goodness. The stage could have ended with the boss fight. I would rearrange the stage a little bit so that it would end with the boss fight. I think that's a better stopping point. Okay, thank you, Lepadio. I'm gonna take a short pause and then I'll continue with I'm gonna continue with the next stage by I think Andrew Hall. I'll check. Be right back. I have returned. 7th on the lineup is Mega Man 10 Chill Man Reimagined by Cutman64, aka Everything Edits, with 34 plays and a score of 6. This level was submitted by Andrew in the chat. Thank you for changing your handle, Balloon Boy, or Balloon Boy. Alright, Mega Man X or Resurgence, or whatever it's... I have to check actually, what is it called again? That is important, I should see it right now. Hang on 1 second. Mega Man X3 Genesis, my bad, is officially releasing next month. Yeah, we Mega Man X fans are eating good in the fangame department. We had the Extreme a few months ago, and now we're having a major release. Next, the Extreme was basically a remake of the original Extreme game, but Regenesis is going to be a fully original fan game based on the X series, so that's going to be cool. I can't wait to play it in August. Thank you, Balloon Boy. Hoping at the very least it's halfway decent. I mean, if it is, it'd be better than... it'd be better than half the X series, TBH. Well, no checkpoint for me, I'm afraid. Moon. And then the month after that, Sage is coming up. Looking forward to that as well. I will be an official streamer for Sage, so if you have any games or demos you want me to check out for the Sonic Amateur Games Expo 2026, let me know. I'll try covering all the Mega Man stuff. Or sampling at the very least. This is going to be set in an alternate timeline where X lost. Lost what? His wallet? Just kidding. That's gonna be interesting. Like, I'm interested to see where the timeline splits from the OG one. X lost to Sigma in his alternate timeline, but ended up surviving. When he lost to Sigma, did he lose to it in X1, or was it later? They say, okay, they say X1. Okay, so it's an early timeline split. Interesting. So we're going for a quote-unquote villain wins timeline. Well, I guess we're going down then. So, X probably defeated the Mavericks, got to the Sigma Palace, but lost there. But ended up surviving somehow. Either due to luck, being strong enough, or Sigma spared him. Probably due to his quote-unquote unlimited potential and wanting to see that extended further. Sure. I guess you count as mid-bosses. Oh yeah, we get to charge it now. Or not. Bye. Fully powered. That's an important question. Is Zero quote unquote dead? Or does it take place before the Vile fight? Or does Zero survive the Vile fight? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so I need to see the trailer for real. X got killed by Sigma, but he was brought back. I'll just let the spikes deal with that. X dies is brought back by Project Regenesis and Zero's dead. Well, F. That's gonna be an interesting timeline to explore. Critical! Critical! Sorry, Zero can stay alive only 0 times. It's his name. Anyways, for a quote-unquote Chill Man reimagined stage, this is worse than the original Chill Man. I'm sorry, that stage was more interesting. You managed to make it more bland. It'd be one thing if the bubble section allowed me to. It'd be one thing if the bubble rising section forced me to dodge projectiles or spikes to rise up to the top, but this one is just wait for 10 seconds. 8-up is that crushing. Excuse me. 8-up is that crushing feeling by Glockstar. 36 plays and a score of 16. Crushers. And detonates. Time for our next quote-unquote example level, which isn't labeled example but might as well be an example level. But I digress. Hey Cannon Joe. Favorite new gimmick? I've only been playing for about 2 hours. I can't really say that. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is more interesting than uses in W, I'm gonna say. This one screen. I'm not gonna say this is how Detonates Man should have been like, because we did have that the novel section in the middle where we have to escape, but these usages of the crushers are more interesting than that. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is actually much more... The fact how far you can extend the crushers like this is amazing. I'm sorry, but... Now, if someone could implement a horizontal variant, this would immediately become my favorite gimmick. Hey fish, it has been a while. If I have time, I'll cover it after Mega Marino's level. Or maybe before, I'll have to see. So far, I'm enjoying the update. Text editing does exist, but there are limits of how far I can go. And now we can actually have the static... And now the static wall generating enemies can get a better time in the limelight. Yeep, that is scary. Crusher Man stage has been completed. "16 hours? Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I'll save that for later then. The problem with text editing is that, well, it's not the same as modding the game. So you're far more limited to what can or isn't going to work for various gimmicks. Like, I wish you could rotate it easily by using text editing, but if you want that to be in the engine, you'll have to mod the game, which is, in that case, you have to decompile the game using something like Undertale Mod Maker tool. I heard that, too from a newbie, so that is appreciated. Like, they were used a few... I haven't played version 2 yet. I probably should when I get back to W tomorrow. Like, they were used 2 or 3 times in that stage, but they never... In the version 1 of the stage, they only had one use case where the static walls blocked the force beams. That's what I remarked on being underutilized. I'm glad to hear that they fixed that. 200 screens? Yeah, okay, I'm saving that for later. I'm sorry. Alright, fish on a stick, you've been bumped up. Okay, good job, Glockstar, for having what is... This, if there were to be an example level added to the game showcasing the crushers, I'd vouch for this one. 9th up is Forte's Revenge Portal Man stage by Para0. 14 plays and a score of 3. Thank you, LD Spade. I'd actually mark your level as being the honorable mention at the very least. I don't recall what weapons I had, so I'll just grab these 3 random things. Oh boy. Yeah, definitely using this. Feel free to submit more of your levels in the future, LD. Oh gosh, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, it's only 2, never mind. Oh, don't worry, Sylv, I only plan on really just... no damaging Wonder... Slap! Oh, don't worry, Sylv. I'm only planning on one damaging just one of the bosses, that's it. The rest, just for the sake of time, I'm not gonna do. I already need to show off Endless Attack mode, and I spent about 3 hours completing, what, 60 plus challenges? I didn't think it would take that long, but it did. Nonetheless, the challenges are enjoyable for the most part, so this is a case of where the amount of content available with Fire Class. This is this is a situation where the amount of content available. I underestimated the amount of content available, or rather, how long it took me to beat it. Although, if I was better at the game, I probably could have beaten the entire challenge mode last week. Instead of spending, what, 90% of the stream repeating the challenges, trying to get the appropriate times. I mean, Arctic Man I'm probably going to do damageless, or try doing it, because his pattern is the easiest. And maybe Cinder Lady, we'll see. Maybe Maelstrom Woman and Cinder Lady. We shall see. Right. Left. Left. Dead. So as a contrast to Chillman's quote-unquote cutscene, this is the opposite. Here you actually need to pay attention to what's happening. Okay, got dash movement. Too high. Ah, I thought my left leg would have been caught on that. Could W have had less challenges? Sure. Especially the ones before the special weapon challenges. I agree. At the same time though, I don't mind it. They're optional. Yeah, there is a bit of bloat, I do agree. But I think you could remove a few of them before we start getting the special weapon challenges, but they're optional, so it's not too bad. I would redesign a few of them, maybe like 4 or 5 of them. I would redesign 3 or 4 of them a bit, but otherwise, fine. The limitation is 8-bit. And yes, I know it could have been better even with the 8-bit limitations. I'm not doing Ninja Man. Too much of a waiting game. I like more non-standard designs for Roadmasters. so I wouldn't change the design. Portals for the win, I guess. This is a rompy Roadmaster stage that did make novel use of the portals, but it's kind of like wrote what you expect for standardization. Not really. She doesn't spend most of the fight outside of her range. Tenth up is Harpy Man 5 Fusion Burning Man. Excuse me. 10th up is Harpy Man 5 Fusion Burning Man by Balloon Boy. 29 plays and a score of 9. Precisely, Manubi. I don't understand. I'm grabbing all these just in case, even though I probably won't need to use them anyways. Okay, here's one spot. Alright, here's one spot where I do need to use it. Actually, no, I didn't. Never mind. I didn't notice the platform there at first. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Through the fire and the flames, indeed. I mean, Cinder Lady's design is, relatively speaking from the other RMs, my least favorite one, but I don't mind her design. Her more tin canny. Oh gosh, M. No. Yikes. Luckily, there's at least 3 cycles. There's 3 bits of mercy. I got killed by lag. Slow down. It's based on Sonic Generations Act 1 of Crisis City. Let's see. Like, okay. Of the 8 Roadmaster designs, Cinder Lady is my least favorite. Saying she doesn't look like a woman, I don't buy that argument because I don't understand that complaint because there's a ton of Roadmasters who quote-unquote look like men. I'm completely fine with non-standard designs or non-conventional ones. You can argue that the design itself is bleh, which I'm fine with, but I'm not gonna. But I don't understand the whole thing about not looking like man or woman. What do you mean that they instantly undo that with Maelstrom? Manubi, did they change the design for Maelstrom? Okay. I got the Solar Blaze. Yeah, I didn't actually need to get any special weapons for this stage. I got on the E-Tank and M-Tank. I could have gotten the E-Tank without any special weapon use, and M-Tank I already got without it. Pop. And besides, there are a bunch of arm designs which are gender neutral anyways. Hi Oran, welcome to the stream. But I'm mostly covering levels from this patch, so that's an FYI. I'll note that down for later, Oran. Thank you. But to close off this mini discussion, I'm just on Cinder Lady's design. I do appreciate the more non-standard one, but I'm with Panubi. Eleventh up is Can It Play Dragon Force by Space Force 70. 17th place, score 6. Oh. Wait. Hang on. And if this stream gets copyright claimed for this minute or two of gameplay, that's how I know this level was successful. Yeah, we're almost truly Mario Maker now. 2 thumbs up. I see, Manubi. Again, I do appreciate the contrast. Yeah, one of the things I really want for Maker, not in terms of new gimmicks or assets, is a way to group levels together so we have some sort of continuity. I'm not just talking about a level in series, I'm talking basically of official level packs, where you can officially carry over weapons, weapon unlocks, upgrades, and tank quantities. And we sort of have that feature through the Wily attack mode, which barely anyone plays nowadays, but we sort of have that. Instead of having to use outside resources and trusting the player at good fate. That would be one of the best Before Maker has his final update, I want that to be added in some shape or form. The equivalent to Super Worlds in this engine, that would be I think that would be one of the near to final updates, but I think that'd be a nice final one. Alright. I mean, Wily Challenge is basically randomizer except trying to take into account difficulty, asterisk. Okay then. Wait. Why isn't this? Alright, give me a moment while I get this browser set up. Let me take a look. When it was the last time? Let's see, okay, I got it. Yeah, I wish there was a way you can control the date of when the submissions were. I have too many indie games to play, so when I'm interested in playing Mega Man Maker or Mega Man fan games or ROM hacks, I just play something from my backlog or Steam library. Okay. So, the 12th and final level of this stream is Wowie's Wee Wee Laboratory by Fish on a Stick. 19 plays and a score of 8. And I decided to download the level and... okay. This level was made in 2 hours as a challenge. Let's take a look-sees. And for a level that was purportedly made within 2 hours, it already beats the aesthetics of at least, I don't know, half the levels made to Maker. It's probably even higher amount, to be honest. Lol. Don't do that. Okay. You may want to distinguish the foreground from the background. I didn't realize at first I couldn't teleport through there. That's what was confusing me. Okay. Could be a little bit faster. Even faster. Sure. I realized I could have just used a machine gun. Oops. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Oh pff. Yeah, I don't need to stick to one weapon. That was my B all along. See, I only can use the silhouette kunai here. Just timing, really. Oh boy. First time I've seen this gimmick used in this engine. All together now. Oh, I was hoping for a section where you have to use all three in concert. It is a kunai, but I need to be careful not to miss. Yeah, that's the only limitation of 2 hours thing. I mean, for what it's worth, for what he made within 2 hours, it already beats the pants off of at least half the levels I play. You tried to have a novel challenge and focus on making new assets, so I do appreciate that. And the challenges aren't just like easy breezy. You do have to pay attention to some of the teleport locations. If this was a more involved developed level, I would have liked to see the final section where you have to switch between the kunai and the wrecking beam, and/or the machine gun. There are three of the mobility options added in this. There are three of the new mobility options that were added in this update, and they're really good for that. Heck, even the buckler barrage with its iframe generation capabilities. I will wait for that. So overall, of the 12 levels I covered in today's morning stream, my favorite one would probably be That Crushing Feeling by Glockstar, aka LD Spade. The problem here is with an honorable mention is that the closest probably Asteroid R Stage 1 as an honorable mention. The problem is that I kept failing so much in that it kind of hampered my enjoyment of the stage. So unfairly, I can't really do it that way. But LD Spade's level just... It's a good example of an example level that isn't marked as an example level of one of the new assets of this game. And even if you didn't treat it as such, even if this was to be an old asset, the fact it focuses mostly on the crushers and uses them in interesting ways, and has the decent escalation of challenges and gimmicks and enemies, it works out well for as a favorite. And thank you to everyone else who submitted your levels to me, it's really appreciated. So, before I end off the stream, it is time for the art showcase. Quick update about Koopa Infection AU in Day 6. What happened is Mario is trying his best to save as many people from attacking the zombie Koopas, or from the zombie Koopas attacking them. Professor Egan began testing his subject zombie Koopa body part. Each went missing. Last part was updated, gave a little character details mutant. I would say in that case, please, if you have a desktop, use that. If you don't, spend a little bit more time with revising, proofreading your narrative, your story. It's not like you have to rush these out at a deadline. Take your time, please. And thank you for making that level, Fish. Bass DDD. Sonic vs. Rotatron? Whatever it's called in Sonic Colors. Sketches for the same project as before. Insect Lady. Mammals and birds. Don Bastard. Interesting. Treasure Knight and Ace's soccer ship. Splendid. I hope we don't. And this concludes the art showcase and subsequently the stream. Thank you to everyone who either submitted your levels, their art, or simply participated in chat. It's thanks to your continued support why I continue to produce new videos and stream on these channels. It's really appreciated. And it's also the main reason why I've kept playing Mega Man Maker for 9 years now. From when it was originally called Mega Maker to now what is called Man Maker of the Megas. Mega Man Maker. Thank you. And here's to another year of Mega Man Maker content. So, if you're enjoying this or any other video or stream I do in the channels, please rate, comment, favorite, and or subscribe, as they all help them out. And don't forget to follow me on Blue Sky and Mastodon as well, and join my Discord server, as I regularly post updates there. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all tomorrow for more Mega Man W.